Hey folks, man, this is Monk back with another episode of Classics of Cinematics, and this is a show where we talk about old classic films, man, that shaped and warped our childhoods, man. And I'm joined as always with my co-host. We got Bobby Blockbuster.
Yo, yo, yo. But for the rest of the show, I'm going to need to be referred to as Bob E, alright? Because I'm busting them dope moves.
What's the stupid dope movies, man? So we're going to be talking about Fresh from 1994, and this is a film directed by Boaz Yakin. I don't know what he's done before or done since, but in the film Fresh, we got our character is a 12-year-old drug dealer.
Jeez. What a way to start that off.
Who finds himself trapped in a web of poverty, corruption, and racial tension in Brooklyn, New York, when his drug addict sister starts sleeping with a local drug lord, Esteban. Fresh calls upon the skills he learned playing chess with his alcoholic father and speed chess champions, Sam. Yo, it's funny, his name is Sam.
Jeez.
And devises a complex strategy that will free both himself and his sister. And the film stars Sean Nelson as Fresh, Sam Jackson. We got Giancarlo Esposito. We got Louis Lantigua, and N'Bushe Wright, who's been in a lot of films we've been talking about lately. We got Ron Bryce, Jean-Claude Lamar, and I think that's about it as far as the mains, man. Everybody else is kind of, bit parts. And we got F. Murray Abraham. Wow, I didn't even recognize him. He's the chess dude that he got
the one that got smoked by Fresh. Yeah,
man. But I will say this, man. This is a pretty crazy film, man. Like it's on the surface, it looks like the street stuff that was coming out at the time. A lot of these films were getting made based off, Boys in the Hood and the success of New Jack City and Menace to Society. But this thing definitely rises to the top of the pile.
Yeah.
If you ask me. But yeah. So what's one thing that stands out to you in this film?
To your point, I mean, the way that this film was able to separate itself from other films in this genre at the time where it came out, I mean, the story is so captivating and so interesting, and the way that it's delivered to us as a viewer on screen, it's intriguing to watch. This film that's based on adolescence. You know what I mean? But they are in fully not even just adult situations, but just in the underworld of the drug market, the drug trade, and how it goes down, and the fact that our main character is a 12-year-old child that's pretty much throwing his weight amongst men and doing it in such a way that he's rising above all these other individuals. I love that about this film.
It's kind of a messed up thing, but that's what some drug organizations do. I mean, they hire kids because the penalty isn't so severe for them. You're going to go to juvenile at the most, until you're 18 or 21.
Well, in this particular area of the Bronx, I mean, these young individuals, they're have-nots. You know what I'm saying? So
they in Brooklyn.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, Brooklyn.
Somebody might write hate mail.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Oh yeah. I bet. No. Hey, what I'm saying? We shoot off the hip here. So you know what I'm saying. But nevertheless, they are have-nots and considered less fortunate, and and when you look into Fresh's lifestyle, I mean, geez Louise, he lives with his aunt that's taking care of, like, I don't know what, like maybe 9
it's
other.
Like I guess she takes in foster children, man.
Yeah, but they're all related, like they're all cousins.
Yeah,
that's what she.
But it's kind of a messed up way the system's set up. But I also know that there are people that's pretty much their income. They take in foster children because they get a check from the government for taking care of these kids, and they kind of use that to take care of the kids and give themselves income. So it's messed up, man. It's really crazy.
You see that he's trying to. It's not that he's trying to separate himself. He's just trying to better himself with the opportunities that are presented in front of him. So that's one thing that stands out about this film to me. Ultimately, is the story arc and all of that. Yeah. But what surpasses that to me is the acting.
Yeah, I like this
the
cast,
acting,
man.
the character development.
Good people in here,
dude. And like there is not a single character in this film that we are introduced to that is not intriguing or interesting that makes us as a viewer want to know more
They
of.
feel genuine, yo.
Yes.
Cause I feel like when you watch certain things, like for me, New Jack City is as great as it was and as impactful as it was, it is a really far fetched. It's like the Joel Silver of gangster movies, you know what I mean? Like so,
Right.
but this to me is everything feels a little bit more realer. You know, you
Yes.
just feel like you're
Yes.
watching real people and doing real things. And things that stand out, man. I think this was probably maybe the second film that I had seen Giancarlo Esposito in. And I'm talking about after Do the Right Thing, and it's just crazy seeing him, taking on this role and really flexing his chops and showing his range as an
Yeah.
actor. Like I believe like this dude Esteban is out there selling dope, like
Yeah.
just being kind of a creepy dude, you know.
Yeah,
with
straight
with the
scumbag. Yeah.
like they just feel really realized, man. And even like from the very beginning, man, everyone that we encountered, the old lady bagging up, the other people he meets as he's going through the streets and making the drops and pickups. Jake out in the basketball court, being a dick, throwing his muscle around.
That part still like it hurts me in my chest every time I watch that scene because I mean, Jake is a certified bully. He definitely is a goon. He flexes his muscle, but he seems to do it more so with the younger crowd. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you can see he's also a dude that's wherever his position in the organization, he's got some responsibility, but maybe the way he is holding him back. And they say shit runs downhill, so he's definitely takes advantage of where he's at to put it on the younger people, and
But
it's crazy.
It also like he puts his pride at the forefront. Like it's like I think like he's one of those guys that wants to be bigger than what he is at the current moment. You know what I'm saying? So why not flex your chops on the younger crew? You know what I'm saying? Because he's not doing that. It never shows him bully up on anyone that's his age or above. It's always the youngins.
Yeah, and I guess the chess game to mix that in with the film, and like as the film unfolds later on and we get to the conclusion, you realize that he's essentially playing a chess game out in the streets. He has one goal immediately, and that's just to take care of him and his sister and get her out of that bad situation. But from the very beginning, this film is worth more than one watch. You're going to watch it that first time and be like, wow, that's crazy. But then the second time you watch it, you turn it on, immediately you realize his plan's already in motion when this film starts.
Yes.
Like every maneuver that he's making and he's doing. And also he's smart enough to respond to things in the correct way. There's that one scene where he makes a drop and he goes to school late and he drops a bag of dope in the class and he's like, oh,
he's like, yo.
But even that, it was a setup. Like the guy that he dropped that off after he made the drop, the guy slipped that in his bag.
Yeah.
And basically, I guess it was a test for Fresh to see what he's going to do with it. Was he just going to pocket it?
Keep it, yeah.
Oh, he gives the bag to Esteban.
Because then Esteban tells him, he was like, yo, you just cost what's his name $100, man. He's like, I knew you, my little money man.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like to your point, I love how they incorporate the chess element because this film fully embodies the phrase "life is chess, not checkers." You know what I mean? And the fact that we watch Fresh as a 12-year-old child be 5 moves ahead of everyone that he associates with, be it his friends, be it Esteban or Corky. I mean, this dude is running dope for two of the main front runners that are pretty much rivals. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he's able to play the game in a way that he can do both just to get ahead. And ultimately, you know what I'm saying? It's not even about getting ahead. It's about getting a way out. You know what I mean? Like in the way that this film just like gives us this full view like of watching it through a child's eyes that is dealing with these very, very grown situations and handling it in the way that he is. Like I said, this film is remarkable. It's groundbreaking on so many levels.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. But yeah, it's just got a real grittiness, man. And and like I feel like those scenes with Sam Jackson playing his pops, man, like it's just perfect casting. And one of the favorite things that he one of my favorite lines that I picked up rewatching this, and it's like it's chess. It's not supposed to be fun.
Yes.
And hey, that's why I don't play chess, man. It's just not a fun game to me. But I get like the strategy and like watching those scenes and seeing how he explains it to him.
Yeah.
And like like all these players are your friends, but you can't be afraid to lose them. Which is like,
Right.
and like, which is crazy because you're like later on as you watch how his manipulation of certain people, the folks, including Chuck E, man. Like, that's like that was my man.
Yes.
He's crazy. We all know a Chuck E who's all mouth and just Chuck E is the kind of guy that you could bring up something and his story is going to be along the same subject matter, but he's going to be bigger. You know he's lying.
Yes.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
But we all know somebody who's like that. Like they're on this consistent search for, like not just respect, but ultimate respect. Like you have to be above everyone else that you're around.
Yeah, he's got to
really
be the
ain't
center.
doing shit.
Nah, it's just all talk and that's crazy, man. But to see how he's playing people's tendencies and their personalities against each other, man, it's crazy, man. Even but then also at the same time, man, there's so much gritty realism in this thing, man. Like this dude is dealing with real stuff, dude, and real situations, like
and handling it so well.
Yeah.
Like he's putting all of this stuff on his back. I mean, as a young adolescent, he is dealing with stuff that grown ass individuals would not be able to deal with ever.
Yeah, man.
Not on their best day.
At 12 years old, I wasn't doing none of this. I was just trying to convince my mom to buy me Nintendo games and going outside playing basketball. Like this dude he's essentially living an adult life. He's just like he's 12. Like there's that one part where Corky tells him, he's like, "You're gonna be the man, Fresh. You too little now, but you're gonna be the man."
And then for him to have the wherewithal to live his life 10 steps ahead of everyone around him, be it family, friends, competition, or the people he's working for. Like no one has the wherewithal for that at that age. People at our age right now don't live life like that. You know what I mean? They can't even comprehend the that mindset. And for this young man to do it and then do it with grace, like he does it well.
Yeah, very well, man. Very well, because he's like, it's just he's got ice running through his veins, man.
Yes.
Like just to be able to look at these dudes in the eye and tell them what they want to hear and just not lose his cool, or when stuff breaks down, man. Like and he's still there, like just in the game and just flipping and manipulating them. It's so well played, dude. This is like the script wise. This is one of the best things I've seen. The music is also interesting.
Yes,
right. I feel like most films at this time they would have incorporated a lot of, the rap that was going on at the moment. But this thing has a real score, and it's kind of weird. It has like a weird funky mix. It's almost like some Western. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of notes and tones.
But it's crazy because like it almost like it plays the same way as like what we would get from like Looney Tunes or like the cartoons that before they started really giving the characters voices, because the music that's played will intensify the situation at hand. If it's a more childlike situation, like the music plays different than when he is doing something that is more heavy in a sense, where I think that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, it's just interesting the way it plays out, man. And also I just like the scenes where he's with his homies, man. Like those I think are the moments where he can relax a little bit, with his friends, with Chuck E and other kids, man. Like that's just cool, man. It just reminds me of the stuff that like we was doing at that age, man, running around.
Playing with the cards and stuff, like
the baseball cards and stuff.
But the crazy thing is, even when he's supposed to be chilling, you see like he's still never comes off as he's fully relaxed. He's always got something else that he's working on. Like when he's chilling with his friends and they all talking stuff and doing the cards, he's trying to figure out how he's gonna make his next move to get the girl he's crushing.
Dude, the messed up thing is, man, like even though he's trying to save his sister, he kind of uses her a little bit, you know,
Uses everyone.
like because just to get closer to Esteban, like he could have
Yes.
shut that down, but he knew that was part of his plan too, man. You
But
know,
that's a testament to how this film fully revolves around the chess game, because he uses everyone around them, around him. Depending on who they are, depends on the piece they are on the board. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and I think that's like just when it all comes full circle, maybe that third act, and like I think that's my favorite part of this,
Yes.
man, where he's running with both sides as they're running against each other. Like he's running, he's out.
Yes.
Corky's got him in the car. They running to hit Esteban's spot, and like it's crazy, it's madness, and he's just sitting in the back. Eating his Milky Way as they're all
And he's
just
cool.
bumbling and fumbling and running around.
He's watching people get bodied. He's watching, just the whole plan unfold. And he's so calm, cool, and collective. And the thing of it is that never once does it show him need to tote a pistol or try to raise his voice or try to get out of character or stray away from the plan. Like he was fully focused. And, just to see someone at that age do that in the way that he did it was just so impressive. Like I said, I mean, there are grown adults that cannot conduct themselves in that kind of way on a day-to-day, like just keeping it cool and regardless of the situation. And to watch this film portray this young man do it in some of the thickest of situations where that would make your average everyday person break or fold under pressure, and he just does it in a way that is just, I mean, like I said, it's so impressive to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's spot on, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's great, man. Like I don't know, man. It's not a lot I can really say about this, man. Without just ruining up the total experience. But it's definitely one I feel like you gotta see, man. Because it's one of these films, man, that I'll put on maybe at least once a year, man. I'll just get the inkling and watch it all play out, and I'll pick up and notice something new and different from it. But shout out to the kid, man. What's his name, dude? Sean Nelson. I think he's doing other movies and stuff now. Yo.
I haven't seen him in much. I remember he was in the only other thing that's notable to me that I remember him in was that show The Corner, which was actually the brief miniseries that kind of gave us The Wire before.
He also
The Wire.
did The Wood. He was in that thing that I remember. And I think there was something else that was crazy. It was weird because he did an episode of New York Undercover.
Okay.
That was pretty cool, man. I rewatched that, and I think that was probably shortly after this came out. But he's been in stuff, taking a Pelham 123. He was in a Homicide: Life on the Streets. Did some Law and Order stuff. Not a super crazy movie career, but he's been in stuff.
And no disrespect to his movie career, I am just surprised that he did not have a more heavy acting career due to what he was able to give us in this film.
This is a weird thing because he was young. Like I'm looking, he's only 41 years old now. So when that movie came out, like I don't know if there was a lot of work for young 12-year-old kids. You know what I'm saying?
Even as he progressed into young adulthood, I mean, his acting and what he can give on screen has already been established. I'm just surprised that nobody tried to give him, other kind of roles, or maybe this is one of those situations where because of this role, he kind of like got overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Just like the chick that was played in The Exorcist. You know what I'm saying? Well, nobody really checking for her afterward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is interesting, man. But we all know where Sam Jackson and Giancarlo, went, and it's kind of crazy because at least the first films that I saw them in together, it was Do the Right Thing, man. He was the Sam Jackson was the radio DJ, and then Giancarlo was bugging out.
Yeah.
so it's crazy, man. But Esteban is one of the top like just gangster villains, man, in these kind of films, man, of that era, dude. He was just so fully realized, man, and I think that was a revelation, man. We didn't know what Esposito was going to become, but this was a great sign, dude. Like just watching his character, man, and like some people when they're acting, it's just you don't feel like they're acting, man. It's just effortless, man. Him and Sam Jackson, both roles in this thing, man. Like one of my favorite parts is Sam Jackson when he I think he finally checked him. He didn't win the match, but Fresh was finally able to check him. And he was impressed. He was like, "Man, you want to come hang out?" So they go to his place. I think it's like a motorhome. No fridge, nothing, you know. But it's funny when you go in there and he's got all the chessboards laid out, and and he's like. It's like, yeah, that one I'm playing against myself. This one's this other master. He's like, man, you losing to yourself.
Yeah.
But then the funny part too is when he's always like, what's the dude? I forgot the big dude.
Bobby Fischer.
Yeah, Bobby Fischer and some other dude. And he's like, it's like, yeah, man, you know, all these dudes, they like I forgot what he called them, man. He's like, they got subsidized chess programs in the countries they from. It's like, put them on a clock, I'll whoop their ass.
I'll whoop their ass. And that's the thing too. Like we're like, you know, like I play a little bit of chess. I'm not that good, but I do enjoy the game. But that's the difference between, you know, just playing, you know, off the clock and on it. Because when you're on that clock, it's you know, you have to make your moves so precise in such a short amount of time. And you know, and it, like I said, it just in this film, it's also a testament to the fact of how Fresh is embodying that. You know what I'm saying? Because he is doing everything on the clock.
Yeah, he's in moments where if he says the wrong thing, that's his ass. They're gonna shoot him. They're gonna leave him in a dumpster. But yeah, he's on the clock.
Yeah,
he's gotta be. He's in the moment. He's gotta you know, put everything together. And, man.
And to your point, you know, I love what we get from Esposito because he is the most fearful person in this. Even though, like, the guy Corky, but Corky's hardcore.
He's hard, but at the same time, I feel like Corky is he's not as scary to me as Esposito.
Corky is what you see is what you get. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, hey, you cross him, he's gonna beat you to death with a chain, or he's gonna do this, or he's gonna. Like
passed out though one time when he was talking to Fresh, and I think my man drew a card from the box. He's like,
he's like, you gonna play with my back turned? Like his back wasn't even turned. Like he was like, bro, we're just playing the game. He's like, nah, fuck that.
He's like, do that shit in front of me if you gonna do it.
I mean, dude, and like I don't know why this part like it sticks out to me as well as when when Fresh's plan comes to fruition and he puts Jake on the front step and Corky's like, he gets that chain and he's like, oh, you want to be the man now, and then he's like, he's beating him to death and talking shit to him, and then starts beating his man to death. He's like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah, and you run with him, he's the man now. And I'm like, damn, man, this dude is like he definitely is hardcore, but what separates him and Esposito is like Esposito will sit and smile in your face. He'll make you think everything's okay and then take you out. Like he's more meticulous, more just. He's one of those guys where you'll never be able to get in his head.
You got the Freddy Krueger hat on, bro. That's the Freddy Krueger. It's a two-tone joint, but that's the Freddy Krueger.
That's a good one. It is. Oh man.
It's such a great film, man.
It is.
I feel like it does a good job of just it's a slice of this kid's life and there's life lessons. The way it all just comes and blends in full circle, man. It's just one of the greats, dude.
Absolutely, and the it's very cool because it pulls you in right out the gate. Like soon when the initial credits stop rolling, you are fully engaged and engulfed in this film, and it does not stop until the film comes to an end. Like you are on a roller coaster ride from beginning to end, and I think that is really really awesome because that doesn't happen much.
No.
Like, for them to be able to create the story arc and do the character building and do it all with a natural flow is just like I said, it's amazing because a lot of times a film will spend a little too much energy and effort in overcompensating and trying to build the character development and things like that, where most of the time it works, but sometimes it don't. Like whereas this film, it feels so organic, from beginning to end. And like I said, I had nothing negative to say about it. I love this film, and I think that the way that it was able to separate itself from the other films that came out at this time and be unique in its own right for all these things that we've been glorifying is just it's awesome.
Yeah, it definitely left an impact on me because I think I definitely saw this on VHS. This was definitely a Blockbuster rental. You know what I'm saying? After it hit theaters,
Definitely.
and it blew me away, man. And it just stood out, man. You know, like I said, man, there was a lot of stuff that tried to imitate the street narrative. You know, like I said, because of Boys in the Hood and Menace and stuff. And I think we just got a lot of cheap imitations. This is one that definitely made itself stand out from the pack. And I just want to point out that the director, Boaz Yakin, he also directed Remember the Titans.
What?
Yeah, and he also did the movie Safe from 2012 with Jason Statham. What is it? Did Max?
Denzel,
I guess that's about a dog. Boarding School. It's a horror film. And he actually did Harder They Fall. That's wild, dude. No. He did. He's a writer on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So so we got a few things, man. You know, but I think this is probably going to be his best out of everything. Remember the Titans is good too, though.
I love that film. Oh, and we will be bringing that one up at some point. You know, it's definitely noteworthy. And you know, last thing I'll say about this film that I just want to make a point is, even though it is, you know, focused on, you know, the drug element, it at no point does it glorify it or make it seem like it's, you know, something that someone should aspire to do. You know what I mean? Like whereas in other films, they give this false impression that, you know, you start slanging, you're ultimately just going to become the man or the woman, depending on, you know, your gender or whatever the case may be. You'll ultimately just go from bottom to the top. Like, everyone's not Scarface. And even when it comes to Scarface, like, there was someone above him. Like, it's so funny to me that everybody glorifies Scarface. Yeah, cool. Yeah. But no one talks about Sosa. Sosa's the only one who was really getting it throughout that whole film. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, the way that this film just, it shows the street life. It shows, you know, one approach that one might take when engulfed in these kind of situations, but it never glorifies it. And I think that is really cool. To just kind of expose it without making it seem like
this did not look like fun. I did not want to be Fresh.
No,
I didn't want to be Chuck E.
No,
I didn't want to be none of them.
Even at the beginning of the movie, like when he's making all his runs, he's telling everybody that he's doing his drop-offs or pickups to. Yo, I'm late for school. This is my second time this week. Yeah. Like, it showed that he was still trying to stay on track with what he wanted to do that had nothing to do with the dope game.
They didn't even want to be Corky. Corky looked like he was been in the game too long.
Shit, you can't even play cards with your friends, dog. Like it's like I look the other way. I'm like, oh shit.
It's just sweaty. He got on. They had a nice outfit on, but
sweating through his silk,
just sweating and smoking cigarettes and yelling at idiots.
Out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then it's like, you know, you always got to look like the people that you think are your friends. Are they really? You always have to look, you know, at everyone, like, are they trying to get over on you, or, you know, can you really trust them and stuff? And like I said, this film does not make it look fun at all, and I think that is a really, really cool approach, because most films will try to give us the different perspective.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of those ones that glorifies the streets, man. That's a thing too that stands out about it for me. But I definitely encourage you to check out Fresh from 1994. I think you can watch it for free on Pluto right now if you download the Pluto thing on your Fire Stick or your, you know, I think you get the app on your phone, or most smart TVs, they have it. But yeah, it's also one you should probably own, man. It's that good enough, man. It's good enough to watch it and throw it on, you know, on occasion. You'll notice it's just like it's one that keeps on giving, man. You know what I'm saying? So much of it is because it was so well made. It's kind of timeless, you know.
Yes, absolutely. And this is also a film that will hit you differently depending on your age and where you're at in your life at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first saw this film as a young teenager, you know, it strummed certain chords for me. Now I watch it as a grown ass adult, and, you know, my view is completely different, but it's still equally entertaining. You know, like you said, it's timeless. definitely watch this film at least once a year. You know what I'm saying? Or if I come across anyone who hasn't seen it, I'm like, oh shit, for real. We watching fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. But that's it, folks, man. I don't know what the next one is. I guess it's Bob's picks next. So,
I know.
you want to preview it? Or do they gotta wait?
Oh yeah, no, y'all gotta wait.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah, and also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell your friends about us, because I know they like old movies too, man. And if you want, you can buy the classics of cinematics t-shirt and merch. It's not just tees. You can get it on a hoodie, you can get it on a mug, you get a wall piece, man.
You can get it on a Rona mask,
scarf. Yeah, you get a mask. We got various options. They'll be too. That'll help. It helps keep the machine running, man. You know what I'm saying, folks? But I think that's it, man. You can catch me at Monkey Blood on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah.
And this is Bob E. Blockbuster. You can catch me at Bobby Blockbuster 118 on Instagram.
Yeah. All right, folks, man. We out of here. Peace.